my goodness gracious, you
Oh,
people!
that
We need
was
to have a
fun.
pre-show that you guys can see what happens behind the scenes before this gets turned on. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not.
He gets monetized every night.
Yes. Okay. So listen, while we're waiting for confirmation here, get everything up to speed, that we're indeed running out to the peoples. Let me just remind everyone, of course, as we usually do, that you need to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list, look around the site. There's lots of different things on there. If you, here, I'm going to go full screen to me. If you want to support us, you want to buy some merch, you can get the patches from hankstrange.com. We've got both of these patches up there right now, so you can go there and get those.
Go to me, go to me, go to me, go to me.
There you go. Boom. Look, Walter is rocking a patch right there. So if you guys are interested in that, best thing to do, go to hankstrange.com. You can find all the different links, and we'll hit you guys up with that stuff. You can also go to Ballistic Ink and have access to our t-shirts. Although I hear right now that the site is down, it should be up in the next couple of days. So just stay tuned for that if anyone's trying to go there. There's some technical difficulties, and we should be able to get that going. Also, I want to thank Harry's Holsters. Big shout out to Harry's Holsters. Want to thank them for supporting the show here. Use the code HankStrange, gets you 10% off at Harry's Holsters. Let me, I can't press the button, but let's see if we could do this and get everything rolling here. Did it work? Yes,
Welcome
it worked.
back to the Hank Strange
Boom!
Situation. Lifestyles
Make sure you
of the locked
subscribe,
and loaded.
thumbs up, ring the bell so you can be notified. I don't know what happened to Patrick. We got Walter Keller here. Okay, let's see. There he goes. Patrick is here. Let's do the jazz hands. Come on, get it popping with the jazz hands. All right. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on, because we obviously have a lot to talk about. We've got to catch up. We had a super short week last week, and this is episode 596. 596. So a couple more episodes after this. We'll be at 600 episodes. The Lord willing.
And the bullets don't fly.
Are you planning on getting sick that I don't know about?
I don't know. Who knows, man? The world is threatening to take its own self out. But yes, so this is episode 596. It's Free for All Monday. We've got Walter Keller. Let's see, where is he? There he goes. Boom, Walter Keller rocking the Hank Strange patch. Boom, there you go. Oh, he's blessing us. He's doing some. There you go. He's doing some weird things. We got Babyface P. He has no patch, but a patch hat on. But he's repping Stabil. Stabil. Is it Stabil? Is that how you pronounce that?
What?
That thing on your shirt.
I have no idea. I got it for free at the Meekum auctions, and it fits me nicely, so I just wear it.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming it's. I call it Stabil because there's a dash in there. But I also say 5.11, and people get mad at me. But whatever.
I do the same thing.
All right. So before we get too far into it, R.I.P. Charlie Daniels.
Okay,
Oh,
I
Charlie
heard about
Daniels
that.
died?
Country music singer, dude.
The devil went down the Georgie looking for a
that's
soul
real
steed.
sad.
Oh, okay. Is that one of the songs Charlie Daniels did? Okay.
Yeah, it's a Charlie
all right,
Daniels song.
I've heard of him, but you know, I'm not gonna lie and tell you guys I'm super versed in country music. But
Well, he's
I've
in a
heard
different
of
genre than you do, so you know.
it. I like all kinds of music. All kinds of music. I like the Eagles, Hotel California, man. Love that song.
Eh?
That's not country music though, right? That's rock and roll.
No,
That's-
that's
Yeah,
pop.
Classic rock.
that's one of my favorite songs, man. I always sing that song when it comes on the radio. Yeah.
The Eagles.
Welcome
yeah,
to the Hotel California.
you check in, but you never check out.
Yeah, that was cool. It's like a ghost
Hey,
story.
that's what happens when you go to jail, and if you know something on the Clintons.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Can you? Yeah, speaking of
Ghislaine
news,
Maxwell's.
let's forget about all this shooting stuff and all this other garbage going on. That is a story you got to watch because she knows everybody.
So in this whole,
Everybody.
Yeah,
And
so-
that's her way to a really short prison sentence.
well,
Really short one.
well, the weird thing about that whole, what's her name, Ghislaine? I'm gonna say it's
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine.
How does a chick get a name like Ghislaine? It was
Ghislaine.
like a seagull flying over the house when they were getting it on, going Ghislaine, Ghislaine, Ghislaine.
Hey,
It's a
man,
very,
she's of
it's
your-
a very
she's of your
sexual
British,
name.
British ancestry, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, her father was a rich publisher in England.
Mhm.
Was. She doesn't
Yeah.
really have that much money now. She's been riding the coattails of a lot of people for a long time.
So
but she knows a lot about people, so she can do that.
Right. So let's see here. Obviously, Walter's jumping right in. Let me see something here. Can you guys hear me? Can you all hear me? I'm assuming you could all hear me here. Okay, let me... and then let's see. Hopefully everyone out there can hear us, because I know sometimes when I switch over, there's like noises. So let's try this. Anyway, Jeffrey Epstein's confidant Ghislaine Maxwell transferred to New York prison after arrest. So, and then this is from Fox News. It goes into it. Since we're jumping in here, I just need to ask this question. Why would you transfer her to New York City of all places? This is the definition of insanity.
You know damn well.
I would hand her over to a mob family, and they'd take care of her.
So anyone would do better than New York City right now.
I wouldn't go back to any federal place in New York City. There's no freaking way.
I'd
send her someplace in Kansas.
How much you want to bet they put her in the same prison cell that they had Epstein, where he didn't do anything?
The one that the urinal moves out of the way and the guy comes in and kills you, and then he goes back out and it goes back over.
This is insanity. This is insanity.
Let me tell you this. Okay, now here's something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously knew where she was, because the other person in charge did not go after her until Barr dismissed him or threw him out, and then all of a sudden, so this guy was probably being paid to keep her out of the system.
Yeah. I don't know what's up is it? I'm thinking it's Walter. Yeah, Walter. Someone might be playing video games on your system. Something like that is going on. Yeah. So anyway,
federales.
Yeah, this is the stupidest idea I've heard, that you take this woman and you put her, in New York City, where you already lost the most important person in the case. Then you take the second one and put him in.
She's just as important.
She's now first most important person in that case.
Yeah, because she knows everybody that's got on that plane to the.
Yeah.
And names, she could point out all the chicks that this guy did and that guy did, and
yeah, we want to see these people. These people need justice.
The British Parliament, the king, what's his name's gonna burn? You think he's gonna go down with them?
Oh, you're talking about one of the princes or whatever?
Yeah, Prince. Which one is it? Edward?
Those guys have diplomatic immunities, all kinds of immunities. They have, what is it called again? The Illuminati immunities. They got all kinds of stuff. So someone else will go down. But this is why she shouldn't be in New York City.
Yeah.
She needs to be like on a roving tractor trailer, like out of Knight Rider. Yeah. Just driving around the country. I don't know. Prince Andrew. Night Train says Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew, that's the one.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. Yeah. So there you go. That do you guys actually think something's going to come out of this, or we're going to have a repeat? Yes. She's going to mysteriously slip on something in New York City, isn't she?
If she stays alive, she will, because that's the only way she's going to stay out of prison for very long.
Yeah, I feel like she's probably going to wind up with COVID-19, a very dangerous version that grows a noose around your neck and magically snaps it accidentally on purpose.
I think she's her likelihood of surviving the next 6 months is pretty slim right now.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of craziness going on.
I hope she does, though, because I want to see all the pedophile elites burn. Like, I want to see them all go down.
Oh, so that goes right up. Bill Gates flew on that plane to that island.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Mr. Vaccine himself. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of people, man. Lots of people. I'm sure Trump was hanging out with them. Everyone was hanging out. Everyone was hanging out.
Everybody was.
So let's see here. Brick says, can't wait for the TV movie. A whole lot of folks going to probably go down with this lady. If you do bad things, bad things happen to you. Don't do bad things like this. There is such a thing as karma.
We can only hope.
Yeah, there is such a thing.
Sometimes it doesn't feel that way, but...
This is some of the worst stuff in the world.
Look at all these Democratic-run cities.
Well, that's one of the things. Do you want to get off Ghislaine? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. Someone
You want to get off on Ghislaine?
I think
Come on,
Epstein
what
already
about-
did that.
Yeah.
Someone has to look this up.
Times.
Someone has to look up exactly how you pronounce the. There's always, the
Didn't
British.
he have like
Go ahead.
Didn't he have like topless photos of her in his mansion or something, or up on the wall or something?
Wait.
Topless pictures or something of her? Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff that's disappeared, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's disappeared out of there. So, who knows?
So I'm talking about in Epstein's place in Manhattan. He had all kinds of. He had like a painting of Bill Clinton or something in a dress or somebody.
And that was
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in the Bahamas, wasn't it?
in his.
No, that was
his,
the Manhattan house.
Oh, that was in the
no, that
Manhattan.
was- okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. Anyway, look, I don't know if we're ever really going to find out what happened here. Too many Illuminati people involved in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be surprised by anything that happens. If she gets kidnapped by aliens in that New York City prison, I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
That's
that
on
makes
the
sense.
list.
Illegal aliens?
Space aliens.
Maybe.
Space aliens.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So anything could happen there. Okay, let's see. There's a whole bunch of different things. First of all, let's do this. There's so many things to go through here. We just got over 4th of July weekend. So what did you all get up to? I actually saw Babyface yesterday.
You see, the president was at my house.
I did. I
saw
that.
the video. Where is this video? I know you sent us this video of the. What's the deal with that thing with the president? Let me see. I'll find it. I know you texted that.
The
to
president
us,
stopped by and Uncle Sam. I didn't show you Uncle Sam, but he.
I know. I didn't see
boy.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah, he had some Pinball Wizard high heel shoes on at the same time, but
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So let's see if I can run this in here. This is the president visiting Walter's party. The president lost a lot of weight from what I could see here, Walter.
And he looks pretty tall too.
And he's got shorts on.
Yeah. And he's wearing sneakers. But who is this guy?
Yeah.
Which one of your military vehicle buddies is this?
This is Christian.
Okay. And did he put on
Christian
special paint, or were you guys just doing a lot of drinking?
No, he oranged himself up for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny though. That's funny.
I guess he was saying they were trying to find something to put on his face to get that orange color. And I guess the first concoction they bought, it got a little too dark, if you know what I mean.
You gotta be careful going out of the house like that.
Oh, yeah.
It got a
Somebody sees
little
a
bit,
picture.
a little
Yeah,
too
you're
dark.
always teetering on the edge of blackface, Walter. You know.
Oh,
warn
you know,
people,
and
you know.
God forbid.
Yeah, I mean,
God
orange
forbid,
face,
you know.
orange face. I think probably
Totally
okay.
fine.
Probably okay.
dude. We're so sensitive nowadays. A sunburn is misconceived.
Yeah. Well, there's no rule book. There's no rule book for this stuff.
Well, yeah, there is.
You know.
There's a rule book by the other folks.
Well, you know, there's
They've all been playing.
Yeah, it depends on what side you're on. So you guys have fun. You guys are obviously drinking, having a good old time. Fireworks?
Not by us, no.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, I used to be the guy in the neighborhood that was setting all small thermonuclear devices in my front yard.
Mm-hmm.
And now it just might take my ears too much, so I don't do it anymore. So.
Oh, okay.
But the new neighbor next door, they were shooting.
Hmm?
They were shooting.
Somebody's downloading too much porn on your internet connection still. You're getting all
Listen,
robot.
are you hardwired? Are you on the Wi-Fi?
No, I tried that and it went black. I mean, it went complete. I lost my connection. So.
Walter, I'm sorry.
Let's see.
It's African American now.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, I don't know. We should ask Hank. He would tell us.
Yeah.
Back in black.
I don't use that.
Hey, let's see.
Black is beautiful as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Let's see what did you get up to, Patrick?
Aunt and
Walters.
uncles, they always have a 4th of July party, so I went over there, ate and drank, and did some fireworks, and then came home and fell asleep.
Yeah.
It was a good day.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me, you know. I took it easy, man. I didn't really get up to a lot of stuff You know, we were doing a bunch of we took a couple days off here, so it was one of the boys had a birthday, but that was last week. I just try to hang out with the family, do some housekeeping behind the scenes of the channel and all that kind of stuff. You know, what do we do? Look at movies. We're putting together a Lego a Millennial Falcon, and by we I mean, you know, the boys. I'm working on it. I put together all the figures. So like R2D2, C3PO. That's my department. So yeah, man, I took a really like doing all this stuff is pretty intensive. For me, just getting a chance to recharge the batteries was good enough. We were doing some shooting yesterday. Freaking hot.
And yesterday wasn't actually too bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's been worse. It's been a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
But it was hot, yeah.
Yeah. What is this thing? Someone's. I'm trying to keep up with everyone here. The chat's going crazy. By the way, smash the thumbs ups. Okay, we appreciate that out there for everyone. Smash those thumbs ups. Len Holt says, "Did anyone see videos of Los Angeles? There are a few people that still believe shot those banned fireworks up. So I guess fireworks are banned in LA.
Yeah.
The overhead view, like from an airplane, and there's all over the place.
It's just going off. There's nothing you can do to stop freedom.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Like, I mean, it was going off in my neighborhood too, but like when you go to New Orleans, holy cow, one year we were there and the fireworks were going off so much there was a smoke cloud that like came through the neighborhood from people setting off big stuff, mortars, and that's cool.
Yeah, I saw some really good video of fireworks. Let me see, who was it? Someone sent me some really good video, I think on IG, of fireworks. I think it was from John Tegan. Tigan? I always say it wrong. I think it's Tigan, but let me see if I can find this. Yeah, I think it's Tigan. Who sent me the... Oh, here it goes. So basically there's this video of a guy talking about the American flag, what it represents and everything, but I want to go, which is a really good part of that video that he posted. Let's see if I can get this. I can share this with you guys. So this is a really good speech by this guy about the American flag and what it represents. And then there's this fire. Look at this. Who is this guy? His hands. I'm just going to describe this for the people listening on audio. This guy has 2 hand cannons shooting off fireworks. This is the most amazing display ever. What is this? And this is amazing. So I'm not even sure where this comes from. There's a dog running around. Looks like Buckshot in the background, but it isn't.
Not mine.
But this is pretty cool, though. Have any of you guys seen this video?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's like...
This is insane. This is insane. So anyway, I thought that was really cool. I thought that was some really cool video from the fireworks out there. Let me see. I'm trying to see.
Americans are the best at celebrating liberty. Just saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
No other country can compete.
Hells yeah.
We got the best liberty around this country. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the finest liberty out there.
We've got the best, the biggest,
biggest liberty.
I promise it's gonna be huge, totally huge.
huge.
Did anybody, speaking of him, did anybody watch him at Mount Rushmore?
I did not.
No, I didn't catch any of that. I was reading about it in the news and stuff like that. I saw like there were flyovers and
I watched the whole thing.
Okay, so tell us about it. How was it?
Who's been to Mount Rushmore? You been? Either one of you been?
Never
to
been.
I've never been. No.
Pretty cool. I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
That was the 17. That was this trip that the first time I did the podcast.
Oh right, yeah. Uh-huh.
We're out west, yeah. Pretty impressive place. That whole area is pretty impressive. But yeah, no, actually the person who really stole the show was the governor of South Dakota, the lady, the woman.
Mm-hmm.
She really came across as being, gung ho.
Nice.
And I see that she's a future presidential candidate. But yeah, and she's not too bad to look at either, which is always important. is. You know, in politics, it is. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Trump was Trump, man. You know, and he wasn't too crazy. He was, you know, pretty much on. You know, he didn't go off the speech too much. I don't think he stayed focused. But yeah, the whole thing was cool. Airplanes flying over, you know, the background of the you know, the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some pictures from that. I mean, I think that, you know, we'll probably get some really badass photography and stuff like that out of it, you know. So that
the fireworks were long, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's a presidential thing, all done to music.
How many people did they allow to go out there for that?
They had space for 7,500.
Okay.
Wow.
They had 125,000 people request tickets.
Wow.
So everybody hates Trump.
I know. Remember that. You got to remember.
Yeah, and those people came from all over the country
to hate him.
Yeah. So to me, that's a really good idea. Haven't we done this before, 4th of July, Mount Rushmore, or?
Let me explain it to you, my friend.
Okay.
During the Obama administration,
it was banned.
Due to the concern over some stupid, which was the excuse, they stopped the fireworks.
The concerns of what?
Some animal.
Oh, okay.
And all the other cities in the area all have fireworks, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously they weren't too concerned about this animal.
Okay.
That was an excuse for them to. Of course, that's, you know, they always got to come up with some heartfelt reason to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To restrict your freedom. So.
Yeah, because that sounds like a really cool idea. You know, the kind of thing that
yeah.
people should make plans and go out to.
Yeah.
You know, Mount Rushmore and for 4th of July, right?
Yeehaw, yeehaw,
yeah. You know, that sounds like when I was living in New York, I used to look at the New York thing, you know, all the fireworks. I never went down there. I don't like the, you know, huge crowds and stuff like that. Try to stay away from that craziness, but I always looked at it. I don't know. Lately, I don't look at those things so much, but mostly because I don't look at TV because I can't I can't stand it. So
we didn't have any fireworks locally here. I don't think anybody did because of the COVID-19 fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid you get together with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, touching elbows can be really fun too. You know, chick wants to come touch your elbow and you touch her elbow, and, you know, and then rub a little bit more. And anyways.
Okay. I don't know where you're going with that, but okay.
You know, that's, you know, instead of doing the fist bump thing, you do
right. The elbow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, I thought he was all right, you know. And you know, he hopped back on the plane and went back to Washington he had something he did the next day on the 4th itself.
Yeah. It would have been awesome if we would have dropped a heavy set of fireworks on like North Korea or something for 4th of July. I think that would have been nice.
Yeah. Oh, whoopsie! Sorry, Kim Jong. We missed. You know, and that 360-pound device fell in your backyard. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into. I just want to talk about this. Flying Rich brought it up, but we were going to talk about it anyway because, you know, every now and then we got to toot our own horn. Although I don't think I'm that flexible, but. You know, we got to toot our own horn. But Flying Rich brought this up here. He gave us a couple of bucks. He says, congratulations on 100K. Does YouTube send a plaque? I have no idea.
Good luck.
What the answer is to that. Do they send a plaque? I don't know.
You're supposed to get a silver play button, but I vote good luck on that. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, I think it probably was something they did in the past. I don't know if they do it anymore.
They supposedly still do.
Yeah.
I've seen other YouTubers get it recently.
Mm-hmm. They're still doing it.
I don't know if they include, you know, people that they dislike so much like you, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if gun guys are getting that. I know that Mac hit 1 million. Did he ever get? What's the thing if you hit 1 million?
I don't know if he did. He get the gold play button.
Right.
Yep, at 1 million, and then a diamond play button at 10 million.
Yeah.
But it ain't gonna happen. So
I think Mr. Hootie Hoo, shout out to him. He said he never got a plaque for when he hit.
It's not happening.
He hit 100,000. So we'll see. Here's what we'll do. Just make our own plaque. How about that?
And shoot it with a 50.
You know, we'll make our own plaque. I don't know if if we make our own plaque. I don't know if I'm shooting it, but
it needs to be shot with a 50 cal.
Yeah. Eric Gonzalez says congratulations. someone's out there trolling me as usual. I think that today there's a lot of people who, like, they're fans of certain dramatized individuals out there.
Drama alert.
They're trying to
Drama
troll
queen
me.
alert! Drama queen alert! Drama queen alert! Drama queen alert!
Basically. And basically, I guess they're trying to troll me or whatever, asking me whether or not I bought subscribers. Yeah, good luck trying to do that. Good luck on YouTube or anywhere else. Because, 7 years, I think that by now I would have probably bought like 20 million. What do you guys think?
Oh, man, I could buy so many.
Yeah, 7 years we've been doing this.
When you buy a subscriber that lives in a hut in Kenya, what does that get you? It doesn't get you anything.
When you buy what? Say that again?
Or lives in a wooden shack inside Siberia, what does that get you? It doesn't get anything. I mean, when is my connection doing weird shit?
Yeah, you're here. I'm not sure what it is. Someone's sending data packets.
No, nobody's doing anything here.
The ATF is monitoring you, Walter. They're all up in your beeswax.
I'll come back.
They're all up in your beeswax.
All up in my rectal canal. Let's see here.
Yeah, SoCal Gunner gave us $5. He says even Californians gave the governor a middle finger. We throw down on the 4th. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, listen, 7 years, lots of work. I've probably lost, I looked at this a long time ago. I didn't look at it recently, but over these 7 years of getting to 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to say conservatively, we've probably lost, I don't know, 30,000 subscribers or something. Yeah, Lola says even more than that. That's how it goes. So,
they come, they go.
Yeah, if people think that you can somehow spoof this YouTube system, and then on top of that you think you could be a gun guy like me and do all the different things that we do here and get their attention, and you could do that, hey, more power to you, man. Knock yourself out. Spend a lot of time on that if you want to, and just really enjoy it. So probably we've got more ghost subscribers than we do actual subscribers, if you understand what that is, right? So those are people who are not subscribed, but they look at your stuff all the time. Because let's be honest, there's how many people? I know people have limits. Patrick, you probably have. You're a millennial. You do stuff like this. You got limits on how many people you're subscribing to, right? What's your number?
I subscribe to very few people.
Yeah, that's what I
don't
figured.
Subscribe to any gun channels either.
Including this one, I'm guessing, but okay.
So I take that back. I subscribe to your channel and to the Lifestyles channel. Simply
what about Safety Harbor? What about Safety Harbor? Do you?
I wasn't even gonna ask.
Do you actually post much? I didn't think you posted anything. Yeah.
Every once in a while.
I don't think I subscribe to you. Oh, Paul Harrell. I do subscribe to Paul Harrell and Nothing Fancy.
I mean, I do more on Instagram than anything, just because everything I do is kind of short. A minute,
Liberty
2
Cans, LibertyCans.net. I do support IV88, so I guess I'm totally off base here by saying I don't support any gun channels.
You do, I'm sure there's a couple of guys you look at.
What's your favorite non-gun channel stuff? What type? Just you don't have to say favorite.
Gaming, absolutely gaming all
day.
Really?
What's the big game? What's the big gamer?
I don't have somebody that I watch. Well, no, there's a YouTube. He's not even really a YouTube anymore. A streamer called named Sips that I watch a lot of. It's pretty much it.
Sips.
Beyond that,
never heard of that.
He's a British. He's a Canadian guy. He's interesting, but okay. I have a pretty wide gamut. I can read you some of the stuff here. Let's see. Ashens, if anybody knows Ashens, he's a big timer. AVE, which is really cool. That's a Canadian dude that builds shit and breaks stuff. Bearing, I still like. Anything mechanical. He's actually the person that got me really interested in getting a milling machine. That when you gave me that milling machine, I would.
Okay.
I had gotten really heavy into that milling stuff, milling and turning because of watching AVE content. Let's see, Brass Fetcher, really cool channel. He doesn't post very often, but that dude does. He's a guy in Jacksonville that runs a high-speed camera company. He is like an expert witness for firearms, ballistic stuff. So pretty cool stuff there.
Cool. Yeah.
Move
your camera over a little bit when we're in the three. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
ClickSpring. Anybody seen ClickSpring? That's another one that's amazing. That man. Yeah, so he's a Australian YouTuber that creates content based on, well, for a while he was creating content on making a homemade clock completely by hand, making his own files, turning the brass himself, everything completely by hand, bluing all the parts. Really incredible craftsmanship, like unbelievable craftsmanship. Then he started making a thing called the Antikythera mechanism, which was this year clock thing that they found at the bottom of a
You're starting to hate
like,
that you asked this question, aren't you, Walter?
Yes. Yeah.
No. They found that in the Aegean Sea, if I'm not
Yes. Yeah. So
wow.
He's rebuilding it by hand.
To see what it does.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So he's rebuilding it by hand with things that were only available at the time. So again, making his own files by hand out of like wrought iron, and then hardening them, like using a technique to harden, filing everything in. Unbelievably cool stuff.
That is cool. I mean, if you think about it, right? A long time ago in winters and stuff like that, like in Switzerland, for example, people made watches and clocks and all kinds of stuff, man.
Yep.
With whatever tools they had around, just because it was boring, and I guess you can't just snuggle up and make babies all the time. You got to build something.
A lot of people I watch make stuff.
You can't do it all the time. You got to take a break. In the winter
yeah. I'm gonna send you a little photo of Uncle Sam too, just so you can see who was born on the 4th of July, by the way.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Born on the 4th of July.
All right. Oh, by the way, let's see. Chris Boyne says, "Hey guys, long time no see. Moved to my cabin in the wilderness. No cell service here on top of a mountain, and saw you were on. Hope to get a cell booster eventually. Congrats on 100,000. Appreciate that. Shout out to those people. I'm just saying, there's a lot of things going on here. So, trying to go through this. Blah, blah, blah. There's so much stuff here. I'm sure I'm missing things. Blah blah blah. James Lawson says he loves it. Let's see. James Lawson will get him up there. I don't know if there's any.
Don't know to restart.
Yeah, Jay Loafer says, "Where's my subscription check?" Oh boy.
And all I have to say is, you're welcome.
Yeah. Vanessa Kitty says, "Who is messing with?" I'm guessing she wanted to say my Guns and Gear. She says, "With me, Guns and Gear."
Mr. Guns and Gear, probably, because E is right next to R.
Yeah.
So with Mr. Guns and Gear.
Yeah.
There's a channel out there that likes to get into drama.
Yeah.
He's just a shitlord.
Actually, lots of people like to listen to us that like to listen to that nonsense. Knock yourself out. Do what you want to. If you like the devil's tongue up your ass, hey, to each his own. That's what I say. Everybody can do their own thing. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this whole thing with Guns and Gear actually pretty much pissed me off when I saw it.
I try not to react to that because that's what this person's looking for. Obviously, they're a shit starter. They're looking for a reaction. So
yeah,
it makes me even more mad when I react to it because I feel like almost ashamed of myself to be reacting to something so stupid.
Yeah, but this is how glory whores are. I mean,
yeah.
Someone tried to tell people about this, but
what, glory holes?
Yeah.
Sorry, I misheard you there.
Someone tried to tell people about this, but I'll throw this up here since someone brought it up. So there's a video that Guns and Gear put up because other people who are stinking thinkers, I don't waste my time with any of their nonsense. But Guns and Gear, I do. You were talking about who we listen to. People ask that question all the time. I listen to Guns and Gear stuff. He put up this video here entitled, "I have been falsely accused of committing stolen valor," which is a pretty serious thing. If you guys haven't seen that, I suggest you take a look at it. I think it went up about, I'm going to say 5-6 hours ago. Yeah. So, you know what? I understand why there's people out there that want to get into all kinds of different drama for whatever reason. But
their numbers are...
Yeah, and I know that there's probably been a thing going on where like Guns and Gear has been under attack for maybe the last couple of weeks or something. And that's like one stupid thing, I think, of my own. It's a weird situation that people who, let's say, like, I think, Walter, you were talking about people in the gun community last week, right? When we got all heated. It's a weird...
Eating each other alive.
It's a weird situation that for folks out there, and I'm not saying everyone who's listening to this is like that, because I don't believe so. I think you guys, most of you guys understand this. There's people who are creating content for you, giving you information, working pretty hard to bring that content to you, and somehow people are trying to convince you that those individuals doing all that work to entertain and to give you all this information, they should suffer, the bastards. They should have nothing. They shouldn't be able to pay any bills.
There's a saying, misery loves company, and that's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So
a little bit of jealousy probably mixed in as well, but
maybe.
I mean,
maybe.
I'm jealous of that bald head and big beard and
of Guns and Gear.
Jack Diesel. Hell yeah, I'm a little jealous of Jack Diesel. Yeah. I don't have the what is it? The drive to become Jack Diesel.
Guns and Gear works. Let me tell you, he works pretty hard. I could just tell you guys from like crawling around in canyons with Guns and Gear, where I was literally dying. And Guns and Gear's looking at me. He was really cool. He could have been really messed up or whatever, but I was just like, "You're a bastard. I want to see you suffer more." Dude, this is not. Yeah, this is So that's a really hardworking guy. So when people, I've said this to you all before. The people who put so much into doing this, why do you feel this way? Like, let's take it outside of the gun world. I'm into cars. And I look at the guys from Grand Tour and Top Gear, and they make millions of dollars. And why would I be mad about that? They're entertaining me. They're bringing information to me. I get to look at their stuff and unwind and think about cars that I'll probably, never be able to own, but I'll still dream about it. And hey, if I go broke, I'll try to own all the cars in the world before I kick the bucket. But I don't get jealous of those people who bring those things to me. So that's one thing, right? I know that whole thing has been going on, and I think that's insane. That's basically, if you believe in that, you're like a communist. A socialist at least, right? So now when you go ahead,
this person I believe is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they are a commie socialist type.
Yeah. So
at least when it comes to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to talk as much shit as possible so I can get like a hate video made about me. Because remember, I only have 4,500 subscribers. Any hate video put out against me means more subscribers.
Patrick,
for me, so.
you have you will grow and you will do pretty well, man. Just being you. You don't have to.
I know. But if
you're
I get
pretty
awesome.
awesome.
Somebody hating me, then fuck yeah, I'm on board.
You know what? I wouldn't even know I had a hate video because I
don't
pay any attention to that shit.
I don't watch that person's content.
Live in the real world. But here's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the one thing though. When I saw this, like this is way across the line. Yeah. To accuse Guns and Gear of like stolen valor. It's way across the line, and he's a really good guy, man.
It doesn't even make sense. Like when you think about it logically, it doesn't make sense to even go there. I don't understand why that was even brought up ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. That's exactly. We already know why. We absolutely.
Yeah, I think I was looking at his video. I could see that it was a good video, and I think he was being very composed. But I can see that he was really pissed off.
Oh yeah.
And you know what the thing is, man? There's so many people in this world that talk about a lot of shit and don't ever do anything. And I'm going to take this down to like to a low level, right, of guns, let's say. There's people who have a lot to say about guns that they never shot, they never owned. They looked at someone else's video or read the thing or whatever. Look, people can say what they want to, but there's lots of people that talk about things that they haven't done, they haven't experienced. And then when you take that on to the people who actually go out there and who have served their country multiple times the way Guns and Gear has done, and really put themselves out there and have left their pound of flesh on the battlefield for the freedom that we all have, and you want to start talking shit about that, it's just the ultimate level, okay, of the kind of BS that I think people out there should reject from people being able to do. On top of that, Guns and Gear, I think I've said this here before, man, he's always been a really good person to me. If there's something that I want to know about, he's like, okay, this is how it works. He's taken a lot of time to show us things, to come on here, to do videos with me, to introduce me to people over and over and over again. Go ahead.
You mentioned about am I breaking up? I'm just going to make a really good statement.
Yeah, go ahead. You're good. You're good right now.
It's the comes around, goes around thing. So you can get the comes around, goes around when you do bad stuff, but you can also get the comes around, goes around when you do good stuff.
There's karma. So, karma goes both directions. It's not a one.
Right.
A one
yeah. So like one of the Boy Scout things, do a good turn daily.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that's picking up a piece of garbage or holding the door open for somebody or just saying hello.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you would want to live that life. Like, why would you want to be that person that just is down on everybody?
There's people suffer from mental illness.
Well, so you know how in fantasy movies there's vampires and werewolves and zombies and all these kinds of things. Those things are perhaps not real, but in the real world there are people who act like that. This is really what they are. The core of who those people are is really something demonic and evil. And maybe it wears the skin of a human being, but it's not. I'm just telling you. This is where all of that comes from. And there's lots of people around us like this that you can identify very easily. It doesn't take a lot for you to figure out where those people are coming from. And to do something like this, which is really easy to verify, go out there and verify it before you make these accusations. It just doesn't take much of legwork.
It doesn't. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's much like the Democrats do. It doesn't matter whether it's real, false, or true or false. They just want the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
You're just an attention whore, and you want the attention.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, there's going to be a lot of people who still buy into that, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. I've said a lot about this stuff already in the past. I don't take down any of those things or remove them or whatever. Although the people involved in this stuff are constantly like trolling me, trying to cancel me. If people come on here and they promote that they're coming on here, they go after them and do all this kind of stuff, and it's crazy. But I understand. Folks out there, they like that. You buy into all of it. You love it.
Yeah,
I get it.
there are some.
Yeah.
There are some people that I think are completely enamored with that type of thing. Looking for drama. Yeah, you're looking for drama. You're looking for internet blood sports.
Yeah. People have to talk about you.
Some folks are not happy unless they're in some confrontation with something or about someone or like this. And it's like,
it's true. It's a sad life, really. Like, you almost have to feel bad for the person because, like, what a shitty way to live your life. Seriously, though.
From one drama to another drama.
Yeah, that's all you can do, and you can't feel normal unless you're in drama. Like, that's some shitty way to live life.
Yeah.
I know I don't live that way. That's not my bag of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I avoid drama at all costs. So.
I think for the most part, the people here tend to. Even the people watching tend to.
Yeah. Oh, Dave Sailors is out there. Shout out to Dave. He says,
hey Dave, I like your 4th of July video there. You know, shooting bottle rockets out of the can.
Yeah.
That gave me all kinds of ideas,
Yeah, Dave says most people like the drama.
Yeah.
So there you go. I would just say that like there's folks out there who genuinely help people and put a lot of work in and do a lot for you guys. Guns and Gear, you should put him in that category. So, I would put him in that category. Done a lot of stuff.
And like, I'm not even defending him as a friend because him and I aren't friends. He's just an acquaintance I've met a couple times. But he just seems like a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I'm not defending his service record or anything like that. I wasn't in the military or law enforcement, so I don't know about that. But those things are very easy to verify. What I do know, he's genuinely a really good guy. And he's genuinely the kind of person that, will always, if he sees you, he'll talk to you. You ask him stuff, he'll answer it, on and on and on. I could just, I've been doing this for a long time, so there's not a lot of people that I would say that about, but I would say that, You know, he's a genuinely someone that cares about the gun community, works really hard, and the things that he has or whatever is because he works really hard. So whatever that is,
and there's nothing wrong with having things, by the way.
No, of course not.
However, you know, whatever your thing is, you know.
That's why this country is so great. It's because we can have all of our stupid things, whatever we want, whatever they are.
Yeah.
And you know, some people like the glory hole, some don't. You know, there's no problem there. Just saying.
Oh dear.
Yeah, DCG44 says if I want drama, I'll watch a movie. Even when I get into entertainment and stuff like that, I want to be uplifted, if possible.
I feel the same way. I don't like watching drama TV. It just, I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. I don't enjoy it. It makes me feel uncomfortable most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm really serious.
Yeah.
I want to go away. Well, you know, sometimes with a little, maybe laugh a little, maybe think a little, but I don't need to try to solve fictitious problems people have. I don't like those kind of things where I go, you know, and you know, whether somebody's getting murdered or looking for the murderer, or you know, I don't want to solve the world's problems. So
yeah. I'd like to see, if I'm looking at a movie, I would like to be able to suspend my disbelief and go to another world and enjoy myself. I need to see some beautiful women in a movie. If it's a sausage fest, not very interested. No, I'm not interested in that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not. But so, hey, some people out there are interested in sausage fest, I guess.
I'd rather learn how to fix a lawnmower than watch some drama.
That's what most of my YouTubing is. I just like watching people build cool shit sometimes. Like, I just want to sit down and watch make something.
I watch people fixing lawnmowers, and you know, why are you looking fixing a lawnmower? Well, he might show, like I watched something today about fixing a pressure washer, and I didn't even think about it and he fixed it, and it's like, oh, that was simple. You know, it's like you might run into that same problem, you know.
Yeah, Bruce Ludman, I think he's talking about Guns of Gear. He says, I like him because he doesn't shoot a lot of bullpups. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Okay. Bruce had to get that dig in there, by the way.
He told me the other day that he subscribed to your Patreon because he wanted to dig at you more.
Yes. Oh, awesome. Yes.
He felt bad. He was like, well, at least I could subscribe to him.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. I appreciate it. I did see that Bruce is supporting us on Patreon. Shout out to him. I think Lola is sending some patches out to you, Bruce. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but it's too late now.
Now everybody knows.
Blew that surprise.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna try to see what else is. Let's see what other. There's so much stuff that went down.
Puerto Rican Pistolero's in the chat.
Oh, shout out to Puerto Rican Pistolero, PR Pistolero. Shout out to him. Care Bear on the Holiday Road is out there. See them also. Let's see. So what happened? Okay, so there was this situation.
So much happened.
Situation in Michigan. Anyone wants to talk about that? Michigan situation? Mother, daughter, black people versus white people. Anyone want to get up into that?
Go for it. Yes.
I don't know anything about it, so I'm gonna sustain shit.
I don't know. So I had a lot of people asking me about this whole thing over the time of me being off. And obviously we were talking about some of this stuff in a completely different situation with those folks that were in their home last week. So here, I'll throw up this article from The Blaze about this. White couple charged with felony for pulling gun on a black woman. This is what all the headlines are about, and I think we're past the debate of whether or not media wants a race war in America, a civil race war or whatever it is. But so I guess her husband was fired, which he's in this video. He was fired from his job at a university. There's a whole thing. I looked at this video. So right now there's only video of this situation from basically, I don't know if you didn't hear about this. So there's a black mother and her daughter, and then there's this couple. The mother-daughters say that this lady coming out of Chipotle bumped into them, or bumped into the daughter and didn't say excuse me or sorry. So then they got really irate and started recording it. And when I looked at the video, it looked like the woman was trying to leave and get out of there. you know, and these guys were just going off, man. They were just going off. So eventually what happened here is that they wouldn't let them leave. They were trying to get into what looks like a minivan and leave and get out of there. And the mother got behind the minivan, you know, and then they came out with a gun. And she was actually getting even crazier when the gun came out.
And oh my God. The woman's like, back up, back up, back up. And even the daughter's like, don't walk towards her, don't walk towards her. And she continues to approach her. Do you want to get shot? What are you thinking? There's
a lot of things wrong. When I look at that video, there's a lot of things wrong when I look at that video. So listen, I know I carry a gun all the time. I carry a gun all the time. You do, Patrick. Walter, pretty much you do. It's probably something like 200 years old, but you probably carrying something.
Black powder.
Yeah, black powder.
Which is illegal all your major Democratic run cities, by the way.
Right, yeah. So here's my situation. Like, and we had this conversation before, right? Or something around this conversation. So lots of things happen. I tell you guys something like, oh, I ran into this problem with this person or that. I don't necessarily, my first feeling is not to go for my gun. Because in my mind, once I do that, I'm putting myself on a path that there's probably no return from. So
it's hard to get out of that.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of doing it. It's just something that I know once I make that action, I'm going down. So I've already made that a decision in my brain once I go there. But that's me. Your
firearm is your last resort. Literal last resort. And a lot of people getting their CCWs don't fully grasp that concept. They're like, oh, I'm going to, be a vigilante. It's your literal last resort. You never want to have your firearm drawn on something.
Yeah. Now it doesn't mean that if you draw your firearm that a good conclusion isn't nothing happening, because nothing happening is probably the best conclusion.
A criminal running away from you and not hurting you or your family or whatever, and you just having to call the cops is a great outcome.
It's a good thing. Like, we were talking about this when we were talking about the couple where these people like broke down the gate and came in there. At the end of the day, they didn't get hurt. The protesters didn't get hurt.
Yeah, but the politicians there are still trying to go after those people.
Absolutely.
That's pandering beyond pandering. So those people that go after people for stuff that's legal should be brought up on charges themselves.
Yeah. So now Michigan, where this happened, has stand your ground. I looked at this. But the most disturbing thing about this video when I was looking at it, this mother was out of control. Right? It's a mother and daughter in this situation, and the mother was out of control. So let's say you reverse this. Let's say you take the Blaze has a transcript of the words that the mother was saying, I'm going to kick your white ass.
Oh, racist as hell.
If that was reversed and there was it was a black woman that would have bumped a white mother and daughter, and they were saying, I'm going to kick your black ass, we would be calling the FBI.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, right? But without a doubt, it's going to be insane. But this mother just wouldn't stop. So now, there's no footage yet. I don't know if Chipotle is going to show footage of whether, what kind of bump happened here. If she, checked the daughter or something like that, and how bad it was.
I hate to be that guy, but I highly doubt she just hockey checked the girl. I don't think that's what happened.
So
who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. But this mother was really irate. And I have to say this. I think we've all been bumped by people, and we've probably all bumped people. I think probably we're all very polite people, so we would say excuse me or whatever it is. But no one owes you an apology. You don't have a right for people to apologize to you. So in a situation where, let's say someone actually bumped this woman's daughter, and she got mad about that, and the people were like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, and they're trying to walk away from it. Once you get so mad and so upset that you decide to hold those people prisoner, I think you're putting yourself into a whole different world. Especially in the times that we're talking about, where people are seeing crowds build up really fast, people getting hurt, stuff getting burned down, and all of that. If something happens, and when I'm looking at the video, I could see that these people were, or at least the woman in this case, was trying to say, hey, I'm sorry if someone did something to you, but not like all white people are racist. Don't put that on me. Yeah. But
she was honestly, she was. I felt like with what was coming at her, she was extremely polite. Yeah. She was very calm and like, I'm sorry you feel this way, but that's not me. Don't put that on me.
Right. So the thing is that so here's the thing. When I looked at that video and I saw that these people went to get their, I believe that at that point they were, you know, I can't put myself in that situation. So they were in that situation. They could have easily felt threatened or whatever, and they went to that point. The woman was still going. You can hear her daughter like, "Mom, don't walk, you know, stop. Chill out at this point." Yeah, because once a round goes off, you can't take it back.
Nope.
And here's my thing. If I'm out with my kids and something like this happens, one of us has to be an adult and ask ourselves, did this person bumping my kid, is it worth it me just throwing everything out the window and saying, whatever happens, happens now. I'm willing to like die, have my kids die over getting bumped. You know, and it sounded to me like the mother in this situation was ready for the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Over being bumped and all that kind of stuff. So the end result here is those people did get out of there. They called the cops. They told the cops they felt they were in danger and they couldn't leave. This mother and daughter also called the cops. I believe the daughter's father or something like that's a cop. Everything got really crazy. This couple got arrested. They took all their guns. You know,
they're charged for a felony now, right?
Yeah. So they've got
so they have
themselves.
Effectively lost their right to self-protection via firearm.
Just because you're charged with a felony, you haven't been convicted.
Well, they took their guns.
I believe the police will in their area.
This is Michigan, so I think they have the wherewithal. They actually took their guns. If you look at the article, they took these people's guns. They can't have any guns. They bonded out, but they're
them of their Second Amendment right.
Yeah. So I think.
I mean, so what I was telling Marley earlier today, in my opinion, I feel like they're gonna, if they win their case, don't try to take a plea deal, because that's ridiculous. Win your case and then sue the ever-loving shit out of whoever you can. Take your money and go retire somewhere else where people don't. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think, listen, this is not a situation where people died. This is not a situation where shots got fired and all that kind of stuff. But it's, you know, it's one of those things that I could see why these people felt like they could be in danger when you have someone irate that no matter what you say, they're not stopping, they're not calming down. And then on top of that, they don't want to let you leave. So
they're beating on your car and not letting you go.
Yeah, I think everyone's gotten lawyers in this case, and we'll see what comes out of it. But I know it's what I was saying, that it feels to me like the media, a whole bunch of different people trying to push us in a direction. Patrick, you said that I think a couple of weeks ago. I'm just going to run in this thing that I posted for the 4th of July. It says, this is a quote that was supposed to have been attributed to Abraham Lincoln, and then people were saying he didn't actually say this. He maybe said something a little different. But I think I still like the quote. It says, "America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we lose our freedoms, it will be because we have destroyed ourselves from within." And I think that's what's happening right now.
I came to the realization a few years ago that, you know, we've always been told growing up and stuff that the Russians and everybody else are our enemy and everything else, and they are in a way. But the real enemy has always been right here.
Yeah.
Right here in this country, the ones that the Democrats who make friends with the Sandinistas and defend them, and then defend all these other people, and they make excuses for all these dirtbags all over the world.
Yeah.
That's the real enemy, because they all act like they're for you, but when the shit hits the fan, they're 100% against you. So
yeah,
that's all.
Yeah. Go ahead, Patrick. Did you want to say something here?
No, I agree. It's
yeah.
Let's
see. Average Joe. Go ahead.
I was just surfing around while you guys were talking, and over on Truth About Guns, they have a little op-ed about the online drama. So anybody else wants to check it out over there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Average Joe says it's simply understanding the laws. This is the education you get when you take those training classes someone said was unnecessary. Without attacker having ability, opportunity, intent, you got issues. I think that we're all getting third-partied into being really pissed off at each other more than usual. So there's a lot of different things happening, and I think that everything to me I look at differently, right? And in this situation, if I'm looking at someone bumped into your child, you want them to apologize. Okay, get that. You feel like they're not apologizing to your satisfaction, and you're just escalating your level of anger. Like I said, I wouldn't necessarily feel like, hey, I need to do this, but this is me versus this is me versus like those people, right? It's likely in their situation they might have felt that way from the way that these people are acting. And definitely if you look at it, when someone says, yeah, you can't leave here, or they get in the back of your vehicle and they're trying to keep you there. I see someone said maybe they should have just gotten in the vehicle and stayed there. Okay, so maybe they feel like if they got in the vehicle, they would stay there waiting for what? For a riot to take place? For the vehicle to be set on fire, be flipped over? You know, we have to think about this. Like I said, what would happen if you switched the races on this, and there was like a black couple somewhere, and there's some white people really pissed off at them, and we're living in a world where people are burning down cars and doing all kinds of craziness. You're going to feel like, hey, I just want to leave here. Let me leave. Oh, you don't want me to leave? Okay, now I'm going to try to, aggressively tell you to let me leave. Right? So maybe that's what happened in this situation. And I'm surprised the cops just jumped to this. But like we said, maybe there's politics going on. And the cops are like, yeah, you're going to get arrested. And also the husband got fired from his job just because he said, who the F do you think you are, to the woman. I didn't hear them.
She deserved that comment. Do you, who does she think she is to hold people there?
Yeah. So the thing is, though, hey, they lost their gun rights here. This whole thing's going to get litigated. And let me see. What's Average Joe Tube saying? He says, ability to inflict serious bodily injury, opportunity to actual carry through with the act at that moment, and provable or stated intent to commit the action minus one of those, you've got issues. Yeah, I think...
pretty much had all of them. Huh? I'm going to beat your white ass. I mean, hands can be used as weapons, maybe not deadly weapons, but she had the intent.
Yeah, they are. Have you seen the videos lately? Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah. So that's going to be a lawyer that's going to have to, unfortunately, argue that.
We're going to have to settle all of this, but we're just living in an environment where I feel like we're going to be the ones to set it off. That's why I read that thing. We're the people that want to set it off. And a lot of this is starting from when you start feeling like, hey, the whole world is against you. Everyone's trying to take me out. Like when you listen, if you listen to the mother in this case, she's extremely pissed off. And then I saw that when she posted this, she said, "This is America," right? So that's been a thing going on.
This is America.
Yeah, she said, "This is America."
You're allowed to act like it.
This is the first time I ever had a gun pulled and pointed in my face, something like that, right? How could this be America, and then this is the first time? Because I've been living in America since 1983. I've had several guns pulled and pointed in my face. So,
I've had none. I've been here the whole time.
I can't say that.
I grew up in New York City, so I had this.
That
happened to me.
Let's chase some demographics, and then we'll things will get figured out quick.
Well, the thing is those two statements, those words really close to each other, "This is America," and then "This is the first time," they don't match up. But it's a feeling that you're allowing yourself to get into. If she's saying "This is America," to me that feels like, yeah, this is the kind of craziness that's happening in America, but this is the first time it happened to you. But you're allowing yourself to get into a state where if someone bumps into you, it's racist versus just being rude. Right?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, is it has nothing to do with race. If she bumped into you, that was just a rude thing and to not apologize. But
yeah,
who cares?
I mean, there's probably a lot of rude people out there, but I think
there are. Yeah, probably there are.
Yeah,
but who
for sure.
cares? Don't let them.
Probably.
I mean, we just talked about rude people. Come on.
Yeah, there's definitely rude
millions
people.
of rude people. there's millions of people with what I heard somebody's grandmother say one time about somebody. He's got no home learning.
Yeah.
That means they never taught no manners. Maybe they come out of a family where there's no daddy, no mommy, no nothing.
Yeah.
And they get no.
So let me ask you guys this:
they get no training how to be a human. That's what I'm talking about.
So has someone ever bumped you or something like that, and then they didn't say sorry to you? Has that ever happened?
Yeah, you just keep on going. You just say to yourself, asshole, and keep going.
So you never went after them and said, I'm going to beat your ass?
Why would I go after them?
Okay.
No, why would I do that?
What about you, Patrick?
What, going after people?
Yeah,
I don't start shit with anybody. You know that.
Yeah, but I'm saying someone bumps you. Has it ever happened that someone's bumped you?
Now, if somebody threw me a flipper as I walked by, then it's game on.
Yeah, somebody throws me a bump in a flipper, then we're gonna be like, what?
Then it's game on, or they grab for you or something. Right. Then it's game on, right?
It's a little different.
In Florida, that's game on right there.
Yeah.
So,
but somebody bump it into me, I don't give a shit.
And then get the hell
I think things happen to us all the time where people try to get under our skin and piss us off, and I'm sure it happens where you just get mad, but ultimately you've got to try to contain yourself and not allow another person to ruin your day over. There's definitely things that you might want to do that over, right? But I don't know if I would want to ruin my day or my entire life over someone bumping into me.
No!
I don't know if I would want to do that. So
I got other things to do. I got mini bikes to build. I ain't got time for that silly shit.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't know who's looked at that thing, but when I looked at it, my understanding of that, and even Lola was looking at it, she was like, "Why is this woman so mad?" So this is their video. If I'm looking at your video and you're so mad, and you're carrying on like this, even though I'm not there in that situation, I can see that the person who you're putting all of this on could very easily go, oh, this is about to get really bad for me. That's what I'm saying about that thing, right? And this is what we have to think about, that it's almost like there's just people, it's like Trump derangement syndrome, for example.
Yes.
There's people who is just really, who was it who was it that died recently? Was it Carl Reiner? There was one of these guys.
He died.
Yeah, so I think it was Carl Reiner died, right? He died. This is an actor. He's done a lot of movies. He did the Oceans movies, right? All this kind of stuff. He dies. His daughter takes the last opportunity to tweet in her father's name to go after Trump.
Could you imagine
that's because above all other things in their existence, they follow the party line.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a derangement. That's a derangement. Like, I'm not trying to defend Trump or anything. I'm just saying that your father, who's an actor, who's made movies for decades, that guy's been making movies longer than I've been alive, right? And he's dead now.
Attack?
Huh? I would have to.
What was her attack on Trump?
Hold on, I would have to look it up, but it's when I looked at it, I was like, wow, she doesn't really. How much does she really care about her father? If the last thing she wants to say,
attack the president.
The last thing she wants to say. Here, I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah, it's part of their being to be.
Okay, she said. Carl Reiner would be disappointed he didn't live to see Trump's eviction. That's what she tweeted. This is your father.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
And he probably felt that way too. So.
Yeah. Okay, but he's dead now.
I get that, but those people. Remember, those are the people. These are the folks that are all accepting and they want to be friends with everyone.
Yeah.
Unless,
yeah. I think it's just what I'm trying to say to you. Regardless, like if you really love this person and it's your father, and they're gone now, and you're, this now we're talking about their legacy. For you to you're still mad about who's president, and your father's not here, and you want to leave that like the last thing that you say about that person. So instead of me looking at it and going, oh man, that actor Carl Reiner that I saw in that movie that really entertained me, and he was funny, he had some good, one-liners or whatever.
Now you're going to say that goofy bitch daughter of his.
I'm thinking about your derangement. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and a lot of these people do suffer from. They do have issues.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not a.
I think lots of people have issues that that they just feel so disenfranchised. And what I would say to people who feel this way in America is, for sure, man, there's people suffering.
There's a hotline out there. Go get some help from somebody.
But dude, there's places on this planet.
Suffering. They're just mad.
There's places on this planet that people don't have this kind of time to feel like the whole world is against them.
Well, they gotta go get a bucket of water. They gotta go get a bucket of dirty water. Okay, that's what they don't have time for.
There's people walking around out there just really, really pissed off.
Yeah, lots and lots and lots.
And how that is such a sad way to live, being angry about things that you really, 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 really don't have any control over.
Yeah, I don't know if ultimately at the end of the day, whoever's president, like, okay, it doesn't matter if I didn't vote for them, I didn't like them. There's lots of things happening in America that I don't like. That doesn't make me feel like the whole country is against me and it's the end of the world. This is a state of mind. If you allow yourself to be in that state of mind, you will do desperate, crazy things. And I think that's what we're seeing happening. Well, look at the violence that was happening over the weekend in Chicago. Like 80 people shot, 15 people dead. Atlanta, New York City.
Welcome to those big Democratic-run urban areas.
Yeah, we were talking about this before we went on air. These places release prisoners because of the COVID-19. Everyone's locked up at home. Then they're releasing the prisoners to do I don't know what. And
you missed the most important part. It's Trump's fault.
So you've got
Trump. No, it's not his fault. It's the people you continue to vote for, the people who continue to expect you to get you something, and they never get you something, but you keep on voting for them. That's whose fault it is.
You know what I think about COVID-19 though? Shit happens.
It's time for all this bull. I keep telling people. Right now the numbers, there's hardly anybody dying from it, right? Mm-hmm. And I jokingly say, well, the people are going to die are already dead, and that's partially true.
Yeah.
And people look at you like, oh, that's pretty tough. Well, yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean,
but don't you look at this like, to me, when I look at it, we could talk about conspiracies of where COVID-19 came from.
It's all because of the election. There's no other reason besides the election right now.
Stuff happens though. Stuff happens. Just think about how wealthy America is. Think about how awesome everything is. Do you think the planet keeps spinning and everything keeps getting awesome, and every day it's nothing but pure awesomeness raining down on you like a golden shower?
I don't want a golden shower to be awesome. Anyways,
I'm just saying though.
My world's pretty awesome right now. If I keep making I can't make enough stocks to sell, so my world's going great.
Yeah.
I mean, and is that selfish to say that?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, there's lots of people doing well.
It's just physics that everything's not going to go perfectly. You're going to have ups and downs.
Yeah, sometimes I run out of parts. Sometimes machines break. See, that's the world I have to deal with. I'm not too concerned about.
Sometimes you get into an accident. Sometimes you stub your toe.
I could give a rat's platoon what's going on in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. They got to figure that shit out. That's their wallow. They got to wallow in Atlanta. Let Atlanta wallow in it for a couple of years till the people finally get smart. And Chicago the same way. Maybe they'll never get smart. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I think when there's no police, I don't know what's gonna.
Well, then you know what? Then let them wallow in it.
Yeah.
And after they kill 200 or 300 kids, children, not teenagers with guns. That's not a kid, by the way. Mm-hmm. When they kill the little babies like they've been killing in these places, maybe the people will get tired after it for a while.
I don't know. I think most people are happy with symbolic stuff, and they don't want actual things. Because there's things we can all agree on, like there should be no knock raid should not exist. I think everyone can agree on that.
But I agree with you that, but you know what? That's not what's going on now.
No, I know.
Forget about all that. Forget about the original reasons of all this stuff started. That's not the reason people are getting killed every day in Chicago. And
no,
and
we're in symbol mode. We're in symbol mode here. Everyone wants tokens. They want symbolic gestures.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yes.
Instead of instead of actually fixing things. Instead of saying like, this is a problem. We can mostly no one's gonna agree ever 100%, but we can mostly universally agree that, hey, we shouldn't do this. We should do something about this. Let's fix this and move on. No, we're just gonna keep throwing symbols out there, and then we're like, oh wait, it's not. It's like eating a McDonald's hamburger and then you're mad because you're still hungry.
Well, because it's small. That's why.
Yeah, you should have just had a steak. Have a steak.
I finished the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich at lunchtime, and I could have done 2 of them easy. That was so good.
I could definitely do that.
But I would have paid for it later. I was nodding out later on in the afternoon anyway. So.
Right. But you understand what I'm saying?
Let's talk about something fun.
Yeah, we're not doing so. And okay, what gun stuff are we talking about? I think we went around. We covered a whole bunch of things here. What gun stuff is going on that?
Got a new video up today. Who wants to see my new video?
Okay, what's your
What are you doing?
YouTube.com/babyfaceP. It's a 1911 that I can't show off until I take it apart. Let me take it apart while you guys talk about something else.
No.
So is that lower actually a 1913 lower, or
it is not a 1913 lower? It looks to be a Sistema Argentina lower.
Oh, it's a Ballista Molina.
Not a Ballista Molina, the Sistema, the other one. The one that's actually the Ballistas are not 1911s. This one's a 1911.
Okay, so here we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna show. This is YouTube. There you go. That's Babyface P. So this is the Colt Ace 22. Is that the new one that went up today? Colt Ace 22 LR 19.
The new hotness right here.
Yeah, hold on.
What would be what could, aside from my connection, Hank, you're kind of blurry, but Patrick is like I'm looking at like 69, like a 12K modem kind of thing.
I don't think it's me because my internet seems.
Yeah,
to
that's you,
really
Walt.
well.
That's you. It's definitely you. Here, I'll run in the. So here's Patrick talking.
But
about
I'm looking at me on the screen. Am I broken up as I move around?
Nope.
A little slow, but you're fine.
See, and I don't see that either. Normally, that's where there's a problem. I don't know what's going on, man. I think it's the feds.
Yeah, I think they're. Yeah.
I think it's Microsoft. I talk bad about Bill Gates, so he's fucking with my connection.
So I guess let me show off the really cool part. So, the famous, let me take this apart, Carbine Williams. This is a Carbine Williams design, which for anybody that's not aware, he designed the M1 Carbine. That's where he got his nickname from. This 22 has what's called a floating chamber. So look at that. This chamber.
So you get the recoil feel.
Yep. So it adds more. Like I said in the video, it's closer to like a 32 ACP, maybe a 380, but it's not a 9. It's not.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah. I know
Was that the primary reason for it, or is it part of the extraction?
Primary reason was to add recoil, so it was a better trainer.
Mm-hmm.
But that's. It's really cool.
When I shot it, it's definitely more recoil. I just don't. It feels more than a 22, but not as much as a 9mm. So. Yeah,
it was fun.
But it's a nice gun. It feels good.
It's cool. It's really cool.
And it also has slide bite, so I guess that makes it more realistic.
I can't show it because it's the lower receiver, but it's a 1911 A1, so it doesn't have a big beaver tail, and it's got the hooked hammer. So Hank, with his big hands, was getting slide bite, so you had to be careful. But all in all, it's
choking up on it.
I know he was getting way too high up there.
Yeah, choking up on it.
Oh boy. So Brian Quick says,
I got to show you how to shoot. Stop training, damn it! Stop training.
Trading. Brian Quick says, I held the Walther Q4 steel frame over the weekend. It was the first pistol in a good while that really gave me the fizz. The fizz.
What?
Even Marley, the fizz, the fizz, Walter. The fizz when your pee-pee fizzes, I guess.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you get to pre. Never mind.
Yeah, please. Have some decorum. It's what yeet means. You know when you ask about the yeet cannon, where does yeet come from in the yeet cannon? That's what it is, basically. We're talking about guns. We're talking about guns.
Okay.
But so yeah, I'm getting more and more upset. always forget how fun 22s are. They're just
22s are awesome. Yeah,
just
without a doubt.
So much fun.
Yeah.
That's what I did this weekend, and I horse traded for it, and I like it. I'm going to be keeping it.
Yeah. Let's see, what other gun stuff? Someone was asking about the bump stock thing. Let's see, where was that? Rockstar6111 says, "What's the news on the bump stock stuff? I know ATF was regulating them, but GOA was going to fight it." I didn't see any news on that. If there was, let me know. We could probably look it up. I don't think that there's any big news on that. They're still trying to fight it. Ultimately, here the thing is the Supreme Court, SCOTUS, doesn't want to take up any gun stuff. Taking up lots of other stuff. I think they took up something in relation to the Electoral College, where you can't just get mad now and then put your vote to whoever the hell you want to. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I saw something about that. I didn't know exactly what they
because basically, people in the Electoral College thing were just coming up with their own people that they wanted to vote for. And then I know gun control news. There's stuff in Virginia. Like MLN has this article. 5 new gun control laws that just took effect in the U.S.
That man hates freedom.
Yeah, so at midnight, July 1st, massive infringements on the right to keep and bear arms took effect in the Commonwealth of Virginia, a state that has been a bastion of freedom for hundreds of years. So there you go. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. Yeah, Virginia. Listen, so all of this cancellation stuff that's happening to people, nobody wants to cancel the governor of Virginia. So he can apparently blackface all he wants to.
Yeah, I don't know what to say there. He's
no issues with
highest level of commie that they can be, I guess.
Yeah. Here's something else that people were asking me about. I'll throw this up here. Predominantly black armed protesters marched through Confederate Memorial Park in Georgia. Let's see. A predominantly black group of heavily armed protesters marched through Stone Mountain Park near Atlanta on Saturday, calling for removal of the giant Confederate rock carving at the site that civil rights activists consider a monument to racism. Video footage of the Independence Day rally posted on social media showed scores of demonstrators dressed in black, many in paramilitary-style clothing, and all wearing face scarves, which I don't know what else you would want, quietly parading several abreast down a sidewalk in the park. Many of the protesters carried rifles, including military-type weapons, and some wore ammunition belts slung over their shoulders. Although African Americans appear to account for the vast majority of the marchers, protesters of various races, men and women alike, were among the group. One white group showed a leader of the demonstrators who was not identified shouting into a loudspeaker in a challenge to white supremacists who historically have used Stone Mountain as a rallying spot of their own. Here's the quote. "I don't see no white militia," he declared. "We're here. Where are you at? We're in your house. Let's go." So this thing goes on. So obviously, I don't know, to cut the story short here, it's a black militia. And they were protesting and they had guns. I'm fine with that.
Who cares, man?
Yeah, I mean,
following the laws, who cares?
Well, they shouldn't be blocking the road and they shouldn't be harassing people in cars.
Well,
that's where you go. You cross the line as soon as you start messing with people and trying to go about their business.
I think they did everything. I don't know that these guys were doing that.
There's video of them talking to people about reparations.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Listen, I think lots of people go here and protest and do this. I don't have any problem with these guys being a militia and doing their thing. Now, I know they're calling out other people or whatever. I guess they want to. Maybe they were calling out the Boogaloo Boys. I don't know. Yeah, well, see how that winds up. I don't really have it doesn't bother me that they're doing that. I think they have the right to do it. So,
Once again, as long as they're not messing with people that are minding their own business.
Yeah.
If you start messing with people that are minding their own business, then there's a problem.
Yeah, listen, a lot of this is like high school, right? So in high school, people want to, you know, identify with, I don't know, you want to be down with the jocks, you want to be down with the goth people, right?
Yeah, but I didn't carry a gun in high school, my friend. So.
Oh, you know, I mean,
I didn't carry a gun. I didn't carry a gun in high school.
No.
I had guns. I had a whole house full of guns.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, in the groups, like, so people like to identify with the group thing, which I'm fine with. I don't like identifying with just one group. I'd like to be able to mingle with everyone in my personal thing.
Hey, would you call yourself group fluid? You can go from
group fluid
just, at the will of your own mind. You can just say,
I would like to do that for sure. Well, for sure.
When I was in high school, I tried to do that. I didn't, you know.
That's how I
know what's. In order to really know what's going on, you either hang with the guys in the alley that are smoking the weed. You got to have some friends that are uppity and snotty. You got to have my friends that were just everywhere.
Right.
You know, you got to have the guys hanging out in the auto mechanics. You know, and then you know what's going on. If you don't, then you don't.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I don't really. Appalachian Gunrunner says, "Cracked me up. The guy with the Jam 22 rifle and the airsoft vest. Also cracked me up. They were standing in the open, surrounded by trees, calling the locals out. Asked the British how
they're
that
walking
went for them.
in They were walking in nice lines. That's what. Obviously, they don't know any tactics, so.
Training.
They weren't expecting. There wasn't going to be no problem.
I don't like projecting. So yeah, I don't like the idea of projecting what I'm going to do, or there's a bunch of different things in there. But I feel like, hey, those guys, they can do their thing. Are they going to run into a problem at some point? I hope not, man. I hope we just don't. You know, I hope we could get this out of our system in a way without getting to that point. Because I think once we get there, you know, everything's going to be a little crazy for everyone. Let me see.
I hope they wear their black uniforms when they decide to boogaloo, because it'll be easy to pick them out of the crowd. You know what I mean?
You know who you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. This whole thing that everyone's like dying to get into, I'm not dying to get into it.
I'm not dying to get into anything. I'm just making a statement.
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
That's
so anyway, so
that's
people,
like you're saying.
Go ahead.
That's like you were saying. You know. You don't want to get caught up in a uniform, because what if you have to walk through the crowd? You're not going to get very far in your uniform.
Gray man. Gray man's a thing for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to have your tactical backpack when you're trying to boogaloo, so you're trying to bug out, because you look like the guy with a tactical backpack.
All the guys that make their bug out bags out of like camo and all that shit. I'm just like, you really want that? That's not for me. I don't want to be that dude. I want to be that dude that nobody looks at.
Get you the shittiest looking, crappy backpack, so nobody's gonna want to steal it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I once was profiled based on my backpack. You guys remember that, right?
No.
Yeah. SHOT Show.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah. SHOT Show. Yeah.
Yeah. SHOT Show.
Well, you should. No. Yeah. Hank Strange, you should have had a pretty carry bag. I'm not lying. You would have went right through.
I know.
You would have had a very feminine carry bag. You would have went right through.
So here's the problem of what happened when they were profiling me. It was me and Lola. Lola had the gray man bag that was just gray and had like a nice little pattern all over it, but it was a tactical backpack. Everything was just hidden, right? And then I had the black tactical backpack with the patches all over it, and it looked very tactical, I guess. And they were like, yeah, we have to go through your backpack. And I was like, what about her? Nope, we just have to go through yours. So, which I refuse to do. But yes, it makes the point. I think that's a way of the point. James Miller says, where's your brony bag? I always have that thing on me.
Jesus Christ, I think he does, actually.
Yeah, I always have that. Always. Always. I had to go to the doctor today, get checked out. Had it with me.
Yeah.
That's how I roll, son. You know? About it. It's not a brony. It's not the brony one. I have the other one. The one that looks like a Game Boy. I don't have the brony thing anymore, do I? Someone has that, don't they? Who has that thing?
You sent it to the company, didn't you?
Yeah, I think those guys have that thing.
So it's lost in the ether now. Who knows where that is?
Oh, yeah. You mean full conceal?
Yeah.
Bye-bye, brony bag.
Yeah, it's not come back.
Okay. No, Len Holt says they didn't check the brony bag. No, we didn't have the brony bag, but Lola had a gray backpack. Same company, Maxpedition. She had a gray one, and I had the black one, and they were like, we want to go through the black one, not the gray one.
If you would have had the brony bag, they would have looked
sense.
at it and been like, go right on through.
Yeah.
Thinking there's like weird sex toys or something.
If I didn't have that black tactical looking backpack, which I carry, but it's not the best idea. But basically, Lola commandeered the other one, so there you go. CB says my EDC vehicle bag is a kid school pack. Yeah, it's probably best idea.
I mean, I have those same kind of pack stuff. I mean, I gravitate to that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But and in reality, if you're going to try to exit stage left, you don't want to draw any attention to yourself. So you want to have the nerds looking athletic bag from 1980,
mm-hmm.
And something nobody's going to want to take from you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And don't draw suspicion.
So go ahead.
The best example of that was what's his name, that drug dealer in LA that I watched that video on.
You're talking about
the one that was undercover. Yeah,
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross, Rick Ross, dressed like a hobo, drove like an old shitty Cadillac. Nobody ever knew he was worth millions and millions and millions.
You know what? This reminds me. So, do you guys remember Superman 3 with Christopher Reeve? You remember that? It was Christopher Reeve, and it had what's the comedian in there? Oh my gosh, it had damn it, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was in there. So this is like the old, like from the 80s, right? So I haven't looked at that movie in a while. I was looking at it over this little break. The whole premise of it is that Richard Pryor, this is crazy, but he just magically became a computer programmer. You know, they started that nonsense in the 80s, where you just magically had hacking skills. So anyway, so he was he became a programmer, and he went to work for this company, and he found out that so his paycheck was real small, right? His first paycheck, and he found out that they round it down, like, so whatever your number is, they round it down, and they just eliminate the fractions of the pennies. So then he steals all these pennies, and then in the next scene, you see him get a check for $85,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's embezzled this money. He's got $85,000. So then it goes to the people of the company, who's like the main bad guy, owns this company, and him and his people are talking about how someone stole $85,000, and they're like, how are we going to figure out who stole this money? There's no way whoever stole this money is going to be so crazy that we'll see it. Like the guy's like, yeah, a genius that would do this isn't just going to like show his hand. He could play this out for years before we find him. So he goes to look out the window, and there's Richard Pryor pulling up in a red Ferrari. And then they're like, oh yeah, send that guy to the head office. That's how you get busted.
I've already said, if you want to throw your pennies in my front yard, I'll take them. Just go ahead and toss them. I'll take them. If you don't want them, people throw pennies away. I see people just like, I don't want this stuff. It's like, throw them in my front yard. I'll take them.
Yeah.
No worries,
CB said he made Superman go bad. Yeah, this is the Superman. Did you ever see this, Patrick? You didn't see the old Superman
I haven't seen
movies.
that one, no.
Yeah. A movie from the 80s for Patrick might as well be in black and white. He doesn't want to watch those 80s movies. You just know the new Superman, right?
No, I haven't watched those.
Oh, you haven't watched any?
No. As much as I like that actor, no, thank you. I heard DC is not keeping up with Marvel at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, so in this movie, they synthesize kryptonium. They synthesize it. Yeah, kryptonite. Yeah. So they synthesize.
Wait, who's the movie buff here? Who's
kryptonite. Hmm? Okay, you got.
Hey, have you seen that movie about Superman and the kryptonite?
Yeah, you say you don't know about Superman, but you know about the kryptonite. It was a trap.
Of course I know about Superman. I like the when I was a kid, it was the before I was a kid even, but I watched the what's the one where the Justice League, the original Justice Leagues.
On the
you know what I'm talking about with the
cartoon,
like Justice League. Yeah, the Justice League cartoon, the original one from maybe the 60s, 70s.
Oh, I don't know.
60s.
I'm gonna assume those either the 60s or 70s. Yeah, those old.
I like those. Those I actually really liked those as a kid.
Yeah. Anyway, they synthesized. It was a stupid movie. When I was looking at it, I was like, man, I forgot how stupid this movie was. It was funny. So, let's see here. Okay, I don't know how we got into talking about that. Anyway, listen, regardless of all of that, I prefer to move through all the different groups. It doesn't mean that I'm against this thing or that thing, It's just like the whole Black Lives Matter. I'm not down with the Black Lives Matter, just in case anyone is curious about it. Am I proud to be black? Yes, I'm very proud of being a black man.
They're Marxists.
I think I'm pretty awesome. But, you know, I think everyone should be proud to be who they are. Pride, like self-pride, feeling good about yourself, is how you keep from losing your mind and going crazy. Okay?
They've come out and said it's a Marxist group. They're Marxists.
Yeah, absolutely. So did you see there's this football player, which you guys know more about football than I do. But there was a football player, I think it's Marcellus Wiley. So here's this article. I'll just throw this up and then we'll get back to gun stuff. So Marcellus Wiley, painting Black Lives Matter on NBA courts is a bad idea. Read BLM's mission statement. Right? So he goes on to that, which is true. I pulled up the mission statement. And if you go down in their mission statement, they are basically against the family. It says, we disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement.
What has destroyed, what has been one of the main destructive players in the black community? And destroying the family.
The same thing I was going to say, the same thing that's destructive in any family. When parents,
across the board. But
when there's not a parent in the home, you know, especially not the father, you know. But I think listen, if you can get both of your parents, it's awesome. But in some cases, you've got people being raised by their grandparents, and that's like lots of people, not just black people. But yeah, that's a very destructive thing. So they're against all of this stuff, and people have to think about all that before they say they're down with something. You might agree with certain parts of something, but you don't agree with the whole thing. And you have to be careful before you jump in all the way in on that and, you know, start waving that flag.
People fall for this justice for all garbage. Justice for all, justice for all. You know, and it's like, you got justice for all now. Mm-hmm. All the laws in this country have been, trust me, there's plenty of laws, plenty of this, plenty of that. But when you jump in with the Marxists, you ain't going to get no justice. You ain't going to get no justice. Ask the commies what the commies do for justice. And it ain't going to be. You ain't going to get no justice.
If you want to see what comes out of what people are talking about, look at the Chop Zone.
Look at the leader of the Chop Zone crying when they were hauling him out. You see those pictures?
No,
of him
I didn't
crying?
see that. They arrested him.
He was crying. He was crying on a stretcher. This went all over the internet.
No, I didn't see that.
Big tough guy. He's crying.
What I did see, I saw an interview with Hannity, and I don't really even like Hannity, to be honest. But I saw Hannity was interviewing one of the father of the first kid that got killed in there. Remember where they wouldn't allow the cops to go in, or the EMS to go in there. And Hannity was interviewing that father. That stuff was wrenching. If you sit down there and look at that interview, he just had them on there and he was talking to them because no one wanted to talk to this guy. You know, and I would just recommend for people to go look at that interview of Hannity talking to the father of the kid that got killed. It's a black kid. It's a black father. He was raising his son. He said that his son was born premature and was very susceptible to stuff, but he literally saw him that night. And he was on the couch, and he was like, "Hey, son, I'm gonna go to bed." And when he got up the next day, his son was gone, and they wouldn't even like let him, you know, see the body. There was all this kind of stuff. The mayor never spoke to him. The governor of Washington, never spoke to him. The mayor of Seattle, none of these people have talked to him. Yeah, and he was saying that he was talking about the same thing, like Black Lives Matter. He was like, you know what, my kid's life matters to me.
Not those people.
You know, so I think people need to think about all the stuff that they're getting into before they get up on, and everyone's free to get up on whatever the hell you want to. CB says 16-year-old killed, 8-year-old killed. All of this is a result of the experiment that you guys want to have when we could just actually work on things and fix them. So.
Yeah.
And when I say you guys, I'm not talking about people looking at this. And I'm not talking about you and Patrick either, because, I mean, you know, there's people out there that want to have this, well, we can make this utopia. Yeah. So.
There's so many ignorant people out there. I just have to, you know, If it's so wonderful, pack your ass up and go down to Zimbabwe. If it's so wonderful, pack your ass up and go down to Cuba. If it's so wonderful, go down and protest in Venezuela. See what it gets you.
Go to Russia. That'd be fun.
The Russians, they don't have any tolerance for anybody in Russia. So
yeah.
The
billionaires can't even have their billions. You know, you've got a problem in a country where you're like the billionaires can't even hold on to that.
But I'm talking about where Russia's not a third world. Russia's second world, we'll say. Go to one of these third world holes and see how long you last when you start protesting on the street.
Yeah. Russia's second world? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, the big, obviously, I don't have any problem with the Russian people. It's just, the commies that aggravate the shit out of me, But
yeah,
I don't have a problem with any other people as long as they aren't trying to kill me. That's all.
Yeah. Let's see what gun stuff is out there. Let's see. Patrick, what gun? I know you're looking into gun things. What bullpup are you next buying?
Oh, here we go. I sent it in the chat for you.
You just put it in the chat? Oh wait, yes, I did see that actually.
I did see over our break that you.
This is not a bullpup.
That is a bullpup. Look at it.
Hold on a second. Okay, go ahead,
Walter. The trigger
Walter.
unit is in front of the magazine.
Yeah, go ahead, Walter. I'm listening to you while I
over this break you bestowed upon us.
You're welcome.
I did see an SKS bullpup.
Oh really?
But it was someplace I was, cruising through, and
this was a kit.
No, I think somebody built it. It had a wooden stock. It looked pretty nice actually, but
it was
of course
for sale?
The haters always. No, it was just something that
it
was on Truth About Guns or Fire and Blog or one of these places. But and of course the haters always hate, and it's like
people hate on bullpups. We can't fix crazy. We can't fix crazy.
Oh no, you can't fix that or stupid.
Yeah.
So
let's throw up this picture that Patrick sent over here. Let's take a look at this. What is happening, Patrick, in this picture? First of all,
some sort of 50.
This is from the 80s.
Oh, that's a Barrett.
Yeah, clearly.
Wait, this is a Barrett made a bullpup?
Probably not, but somebody did.
They played with the idea.
It's shoulder mounted.
That's Ronnie Barrett right there.
Oh, is that actually who that is? Okay.
That's Ronnie Barrett, yeah. But let me throw a little concept out in front of you. Okay.
Right.
That bolt and that chamber is right next to your face.
I know.
And I'm not saying that Barrett's gonna blow up, but if it does or something goes wrong, you're gonna have a really bad day at the dentist.
Anybody ever seen a picture of Simo Haya, that White Death Finnish guy who got his face shot?
Oh yeah, got shot in the face. Yeah,
that will be you if that goes boom in the wrong way.
That dude was badass.
Even if there's nothing,
that dude was badass.
Even if this gun functions as it's supposed to, your jaw is right there.
Yeah, let me just tell you,
my jaw is already messed up. I could just imagine.
Listen, I don't think you need I don't think it's gonna matter, because if that blows up under your face, you're not surviving. Sorry to tell you.
Yeah.
Years ago at a machine gun shoot, I shot like 100 rounds of 50 cal through the bolt action. I cracked a molar that was a $1,400 root canal as a result of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That that thing is moving on your face like that. Something's got to give eventually.
Yeah.
And I don't know, my pretty face.
Appalachian Gunrunner says you can't fix crazy or stupid, but you can duct tape it. That looks interesting, though. That's it. So did Barrett actually make this gun, or that was just a prototype?
That was like a prototype. They didn't go into production with those.
No. Okay. Walter, I think you could do this. You could perfect this. You could make it better. No? I think you can, Walter. I think you can.
You have to have that desire.
Let's see. So, what is this? The Firearm Blog. They've got some. They've got this article here about the Indians, my people here. FN Scar H and a whole lot more for Indian Special Forces.
I was looking at the other thing on Firearms Blog and about your people, because you said you're like pirates. Guns from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
I see that one here.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at that yet.
Yeah, see?
I didn't get a chance.
What's that? That's the TBF dude dressed up as
hold on.
Our swaggering Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he's just. Let me see. Now I got to go back to that. Okay, hold on one second. Where is that article? I think that was up top. Oh, here we go. Okay. Wait, didn't he go to? I think that he went to ISS. He went to Independent Studio Services. I think that's what happened, right? I know recently I saw him. He had video where he was at Independent. Wasn't he hanging out with Larry Zanoff and those guys? I haven't looked at this video, so I'm not sure exactly what went down here. But yeah, it says making the guns from the Pirates of the Caribbean. We would have to play in this a little bit. Let me see. Probably have to. I'm trying to see if it's going to load here, guys. So I don't know if this is going to load. Come on, load up. No. Here we go. Let's skip forward here a little bit. Yeah, look, he's talking to Larry Zanoff.
Okay.
So I guess he visited ISS not too long ago, which is man, everyone should be able to go to ISS, to be honest.
I would love to tour it. It probably is super cool.
Yeah. We should just make a special trip to go to California just for that. To hang out with Larry Zanoff. And we had him here on the show before, if anyone's interested. You can go back and you can check out the video. I think, was Larry on one time? Maybe more than once. We had him on. Also, I have some videos just talking to. Yeah. So that's the most amazing place in the world. The most amazing. And they have a bunch of Tech 9s. That's what I was. Someone actually. So when I was hanging out over there looking at all the different guns, and I got stuck where there was a section where they had all these Tech 9s, and someone said to me, "Okay, you realize there's all these badass guns here, and you're just looking at the Tech 9s? Seriously?" And I was
like the worst guns ever made. No, yeah. I'm sorry, that's the Zip 22. I take that back.
Whatever. It's awesome. So anyway, here's this thing. Let's talk about the Indian Army or Indian Special Forces here. With India's armed forces still awaiting a new service rifle, it seems that Indian Special Forces are forging on ahead. Indian media outlets have reported that India's Para Special Forces unit have selected the 7.62x51 FN Scar H, along with a number of other weapons. So let's see.
Good on them.
Yeah. So in this picture, they've got Tavors, and they've got Tavors. Well, this one Tavor has a rocket launcher on it or something, grenade launcher. So they're going through.
I'm on board with that.
All the different guns of the Indian Special Forces.
They must have the Indian Special Forces must have won the lottery, get a lot of rupees.
I know
because
the money.
That's expensive gun photo.
Yeah. Rupees, so the H. What's the deal with the H? Let's see the FN Scar
heavy.
H.
It's a 17 full auto. Good shit. If I do say so myself.
Yeah. Yeah, Walt, I think you need to make yours full auto.
I wish you would.
How is yours working, Walt, since you got it fixed? Because I could swear that I saw a video of someone with that same problem with you.
It seems to work. I think we had it out of your place once.
That was the 16, right?
16, yeah.
That was the 16 that you broke? Okay.
Yeah, it was 16.
Yeah. There was someone, do you remember there was a hunter guy who I did a show with him a long time ago. I'm trying to remember his name. And he was that black hunter. I think he was he in somewhere in the West Coast. Anyway, I can't remember his name right now, but I saw one, I think it was one of his videos where his scars were breaking or something like that. So I guess it happened. I never really heard of scars breaking until you, Walter. I think you set a bad precedent.
I wouldn't think, and it doesn't have thousands of rounds through it either when it snapped. And that was the extractor that broke, if anybody doesn't know. Mm-hmm. And the extractor is basically, if your extractor's broken, you've just got a $2,000 extractor sitting there. It's broken.
Yeah, I can't do shit.
Because you can't do nothing with a damn thing.
Right.
And then when I went to buy a replacement, nobody had any in stock. It's like, what the over? Mm-hmm. No, come on. Mm-hmm. So I just got to mention this real quick. I found this when I was surfing. It's not about the scar. It's just something the Atlanta mayor said. The Atlanta mayor asked citizens to stop shooting each other.
I saw that.
And then wait,
he opened martial law.
She tests positive for COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when are we? I bet there's a thing going on in the world of mayors. It seems like in these democratic cities, there's a lot of she's. Have you noticed that?
Yes, it is. It's true.
There's a lot of she's.
What are you trying to say?
A lot of. Well, I'm just. All I'm saying, but God bless the she's because I love my wife. But there's a lot of feeling going on in these cities. A lot of feelings going on. A lot of...
Listen, if you could just stop shooting each other for like an hour,
please,
and then
please stop.
And once
this is totally a strategy, Walter. It's a strategy.
We'll try 2 hours, guys. Everybody hold hands. And then we'll go for 3 hours.
Nice. Can't you just be nice and love each other?
Yeah. So didn't I think the governor of Georgia, what did he call up? Like
calling
1,000
out the National Guard.
Yeah, 1,000 National Guard.
Can you imagine being the thought that goes through my mind? Can you imagine being a guardsman? Okay, and you're called out into a city where you're not going to be allowed to shoot anybody.
Nope.
Because that would be.
Wait, I just want to ask one pertinent question about this. Are the people allowed to shoot you? Like, I understand if you can't shoot them. Can they shoot you, or is that also not allowed?
Well, they are
asking for a friend.
Each other. Stop shooting each other.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then the answer is no. The answer is no. No, that's a no-go.
Yeah, but can you imagine being put in that spot? You know.
Yeah,
this is not like after a hurricane. This is not like after a hurricane where you have looters and all that. This is where you have people that all of a sudden decide they're going to protest, and all of a sudden it turns into a clusterfuck, and then you're supposed to do something about it? What the? And then if you do something, you're going to be blamed just like the Popo. Oh my God, the National Guard shot some protesters. Yeah. Oh my God.
Maybe to fix it all, we'll just have to actually go to purge mode. Just declare purge, whatever amount of hours, 48 hours,
I don't think
whatever it is people want to do.
You've got a police force. Utilize the police force to their full extent, and that's it. Boom, done.
Yeah. By the way, Appalachian Gunrunner says IV8888 made a video about how hard scar parts are, and that extractors are a common breakage issue apparently.
Okay, so my question is, does that happen on AK? I'm waiting for an answer. Somebody, please.
What?
Somebody, come on. Is that dude in Zimbabwe waiting on an extractor?
Why
are you trying to be logical, Walter? Please.
I love that one. I don't. You know, I was talking to Razor JB the other day about. I was asking how often guys in SF clean their guns, and one of his things was every time he goes to the range, he comes back, he cleans it. If it's a gun he depends his life on, he cleans it. And I was like, yeah, but what about AKs? Because I don't know the last time I've cleaned that thing, and it runs really well still.
The only time, last time we went out, I took my Tantal that I built, and I shot that, and I shot some of that foreign ammo in it, and I really haven't cleaned it.
And it'll probably work just fine.
And looking at it here, it's got a little bit of rust on the end of the barrel and the muzzle. But
rust doesn't care about
and one time, thinking about years ago, my AK that I bought back in the 80s, I took it out shooting and I put it away, and I didn't come out for probably another year or something. I go to pull the bolt back and it's stuck, right?
Oh, God.
I literally took a shoe in my room and smacked the bolt handle, broke it free, and rock and roll.
Yep.
So, you know.
You know that German engineering.
Yeah. Appalachian is saying that's not what he meant. He meant to say that the video is about how hard scar parts are to get. Typo.
Yeah. I figured it was a typo.
Yeah, that's what.
You think you would contact FN and be able to buy parts? No.
They have authorized. Right?
They have authorized sellers of FN parts.
I think also they don't want to do like a special parts kit or something like that and have it out there for that stuff, because then it would be admitting that there's something wrong with that part. And then people will be like, how come you don't make that part good in the first place? Because I'm paying a lot of money for that. That's just too logical.
Remember, but when the FN SCAR was developed back in the early 2000s, in the late 90s and all that, when they were coming up, it took years to get that thing out. Years. And I'm like, years. I mean, I like the SCAR. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a cool gun. But to have something like the extractor break, bad juju, bun.
Yeah, you think they could have perfected that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just copy something else.
I don't know.
Brian Quick. With an AK, it doesn't matter. The extractor is intact. You won't hit shit with it anyways.
You guys are not. Yeah. Oh man. Right. Walter's processing that right now. These guys don't go easy. Listen, Walter, you were ranting to me a little bit about this. You want to talk about this in whatever time we have left? Knob Creek, go.
The fucking virus has cost me a lot of fucking money, okay? You want to hear some bad words? It's an outdoor gun show. It's an out fucking door gun show. You bleep, 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 bleep. What? It's not till October.
Okay, but listen, what is the deal with Knob Creek? You tell us. You're a resident Knob Creek expert.
Oh.
So they canceled it from now in October in Kentucky. They know what's going to be happening there.
Oh, of course they do. The election's not over with, my friend.
True.
I'm in the shop the other day and I'm working on something. My head thing pops off in my head. I need to get my table. I need to reserve some rooms, so hotel rooms for Knob Creek coming up. So I stop what I'm doing. I go on the computer and and I get some rooms. I book some rooms. I pick my phone up. Literally, pick my phone up, turn it on. Creek is canceled. You did
it. You jinxed it.
That happened as I was booking the rooms for the show, and I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah.
Come on.
I heard about this very loudly. I was like, oh, someone set Walter off.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I make money when I go to Knob Creek. I don't just go there to see guns. I've seen guns for 20 years at Knob Creek. I'm going to make money. You know?
Is there an alternative thing that's gonna go down? People gonna put something together? No.
No.
Okay.
No. And if it is, they'll cancel that too. So.
Yeah.
At least, they have to cancel it far enough out so people know and people don't ship things there and everything else for the show.
Right.
But it's just aggravating. That's in October. Come on.
Yeah.
Isn't it time that? Aren't we all like adults? If you're scared and you don't want to go, don't go.
Don't go. That's exactly it.
And if you want to go and have some fun and see your friends, because Knob Creek's kind of a social event too. You see people every 6 months and everything like that. So and you go and you have fun, and if you get sick, well, laissez-faire. So what? You got sick.
Yeah.
But the chance of that happen is slim to nil. So.
Yeah. Let me show this real quick right here. So check this out. Let's see. I'll run this in. Check out these shotguns here. These are from Edward Andrews. Some really good-looking shotguns that he sent us here. And I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna read his thing that he said to me here with these shotguns. He says, "Hank, my black shotguns matter. The Mossberg's 500 pump action, and the Black Aces tactical lever action 12 gauge." That's from Edward Andrews. So you know what I think. So there's this libertarian event going on in Orlando. Did you guys hear about that? I'm supposed to be doing that at the end of the week.
Yeah.
So, when I get some better information on this, I'll let you guys know.
Has it not been canceled?
No, it hasn't been canceled yet. So hopefully not, but we'll be there. If anyone's in the Orlando area, you want to check out the libertarian conference that's going on there. Let me know. I'm going to try to get better info, and we'll talk to you about it during the week.
Did you see there was some silliness with that governor in California said that people can't sing in church?
Imagine being that retarded.
I thought, we had like freedom of religion and all that stuff, and freedom to associate and all that kind of stuff.
I don't put anything past California, man. I don't put anything past California. California's going to start deporting people. How much you want to bet? They're going to start.
Where?
I don't know.
Where are they sending him? I thought they already did that. Did they send them? Did they like round up the homeless people and send them somewhere?
They've been deporting the homeless people.
Didn't I see where some Mexican city closed the road to the U.S.?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What the hell's going on? Cats chasing dogs? Yeah. Mexicans closing the roads?
Mexicans don't want us.
What's
Mexicans are going to build a wall. Uh-oh. I hope not, because then they're going to be fulfilling...
Remember when Trump said that we're going to get Mexico to build the wall?
Fulfilling a prophecy.
Everybody. 40 chess.
Oh, Lord. That will be
you know what might happen? If they start building the wall, they might build it faster. I'll tell you that, because they don't mess around on the construction site.
Yeah. So... Right.
Andale, Mom.
Yeah, so Puerto Rican Pistolero said, let us know. He's talking about the
Orlando.
Him and Latino Locked and Loaded will go. And he was asking if it was GOA. Yeah, so GOA invited me, but the event is a Libertarian Party event. And Antonia Okafor of the GOA invited me to go to that, so I'll be there hanging out, talking about guns, I guess. I don't have anything planned. But
that's on the weekend?
It's going to be Friday and Saturday, right, Lola?
No show Friday. Boom. Yep.
What's that, Lola?
I shared the flyer with you.
Okay, Lola says she shared something with me. Hold on, let's see. I'll throw this up here real quick. Okay, is the Second Amendment really for everyone? Panelists: Hank Strange, Elisa Garcia, Devin Perkins, Edgar Antillon, Rhonda Mary, Spike Cohen, moderator, special guest, Maj Ray, and Antonia Okafor. So if you want to see Maj and Antonia, it's Saturday, July 11th, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., room W204, the Orange County Convention Center. Boom. Lola, I told you I had that info.
Been there, by the way?
I've never been there, I don't think. I can't remember.
It is the size of a city. It is massive.
That's where they used to have the SHOT Show here.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's the same one as SHOT Show. It's huge.
Cool.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. You guys coming?
I hope you enjoy yourself.
Yep.
What does that mean? Is that the brush off? Is that like the bless your heart?
No, I mean I hope you enjoy yourself. I'm not.
Oh, okay. I see how you guys do. But listen, I'll talk about it more tomorrow or through the week. Hopefully it doesn't get canceled. If you guys want to come up there and see myself, Maj, Antonia, all those people. I think we had Edward Antillon on the show.
Does Maj consider himself an independent or a libertarian?
You know what?
I guess so. If he's going.
Yeah, I don't know what Maj. I don't know what his party affiliation is, or
he's a Majitarian. He believes.
Yeah, Majitarian. Probably. Next time we have him on, we'll ask him that question.
Yeah. What are your politics?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck I feel like this morning.
Yeah. He's a Majist. A Majist.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'll keep you guys filled in on that and what's going on with that. We'll be here most of the week. Probably won't be here Friday. So that's right. You guys will get Friday and Saturday and Sunday off. So no excuses. You can show up there. You know.
I enjoy so much sometimes not having absolutely not a god frickin' damn thing to do.
You miss us when there's no show. You have no one to rant to. I'm pretty sure you're there ranting to Peggy, and Peggy's like, "Please, just go pretend you're on the show."
No, there's enough of that for my son.
Oh, okay.
But I remember I showed you those 2 pictures of Heinz ketchup, the 2 bottles of Heinz ketchup.
We need to blow it up, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a video.
They're gonna catch shots.
Strap it to a pack of Tannerite with a 50 cal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna strap it to a pile of hot dogs or something.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that would work.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Neckbone is gonna love that. Okay, so listen.
God, don't you get him eating hot dogs and what year-old ketchup
all over the place,
shitting all over my car, all over
First
the house.
of all, I don't want him to get used to having hot dogs when he comes to the house, because then every time he comes out on the range, he's gonna be looking for hot dogs.
Lola is spoiling him more and more, and I do not approve. Lola was like giving him treats the other day while I was there. I'm like, you're spoiling this dog. He's now gonna be expectant. He's expecting treats.
Oh yeah.
Treat parations.
Yeah. All right, listen, let's do this. We're over the 9 o'clock hour here. Let's start with Walter. How can the folks out there find you, Walter, if they can hear your rants? They want to catch up more on the Knob Creek situation.
Oh, yeah, Knob Creek's been canceled if you haven't heard. So, but they put it up on their website and everything, so you can check it out there. Hopefully, after the election, we go back to normal in this country.
Maybe you do some online sales of those things. You know, maybe we can. You know.
Well, yeah, we're busy. I'm not lying, man. We're busy, but which is good.
Yeah.
Let's just get all the bars open and get the restaurants all open and get everybody back to work, so everybody can be happy again.
Yeah. Okay. So where can the people find you? Where can they go to?
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Safety Our Firearms. You can also check us out at safetyourfirearms.com. There's also stenparts.com. And then there's Dirtfoot Racing, which is on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And what else? Yeah, that's good enough for now.
There you go. And Babyface, where can the folks find you and your Stabil?
YouTube.com/babyfaceP. We got videos every Monday. This week was the Colts, that really cool Colts I did some horse trading for. Next week, hopefully, will be another AK video. I know I've been pushing it off, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. We are all, I think, are we all on Parler right now?
I am. I've signed up. It's Babyface P, no spaces, but I have yet to really use it. But I am there.
Yeah, you got to get up on there. You too, Walt. I think Walter.
Me too. I got to change. I'm there at Torker of SVT, but I got to change the name and post some stuff there. I've just been.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you guys want to find me, I'm on Parler, Hank Strange, just like most places. You know, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us, checking out the show. Thanks to Harry's Holsters for sponsoring the podcast here. Make sure you go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list. The fact that we hit 100,000, we're probably going to give away some cool stuff, but it's all going through the email list. If you want to be down with that, it's going to go through the email list just to make it easier, simpler, and all that, and keep us out of trouble here. Let me drop the end right now. Here goes the end. Yes, make sure you guys subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, so you can be notified every time we go live. All right. You also can find this on audio on iTunes and all the other places where you can get your podcast.
Your streaming media.
Absolutely. There you go. Thanks to Babyface P, Walter Keller, everyone else out there. Who wants the last word? Who wants the last word?
Don't bump into people. Just stay away from each other. Don't bump into anyone. All right.
Try to practice this thing called civility. Yes, civility.
Civil. Be civil to your fellow
Be nice to each other.
humans.
Yeah. Because when we burn America down, other people will gladly move in here and enjoy all the awesomeness. Just think about that. Okay?
Be civil.
Yeah. Just picture it that way. It's like when you get, you're bad to your wife and your kids. Your wife divorces you, kicks you out. Some other dude comes in there. Your kids are calling him daddy.
Daddy.
Boom. That's how it goes. That's how it happens to you.
Who's your daddy?
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. And we're out of here. We will see you all tomorrow. Peace.